Abraham Lincoln, the Great Emancipator. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809, in a log cabin in Hardin County, Kentucky, which is now LaRue County. His family was poor, and his early life was marked by frontier hardships and a lack of formal education. Despite these challenges, Lincoln exhibited a deep curiosity and a love for reading from a young age. He was largely self-educated, borrowing books and teaching himself through sheer determination. His family moved to Indiana in 1816 to escape land disputes and seek better opportunities. In Indiana, Lincoln's father struggled to establish a stable home, and young Abraham worked various jobs to help support his family, including splitting rails and working on a flatboat. At the age of 22, he moved to New Salem, Illinois, where he worked as a storekeeper and began to build his reputation as a capable and honest individual. During this time, he also studied law on his own and passed the bar exam in 1836, establishing himself as a practicing lawyer. Lincoln's political career began with his election to the Illinois state legislature in 1834 as a member of the Whig Party. During his time in the legislature, he became known for his effective speeches and debates. His early political career was marked by his support for internal improvements and economic development, as well as his opposition to the expansion of slavery. In 1842, Lincoln married Mary Todd, a well-educated woman from a prominent Kentucky family. The couple had 4 sons: Robert Todd Lincoln, Edward Baker Lincoln, William Wallace Lincoln, and Thomas Lincoln. Tragically, Edward, Willie, and Thomas died at young ages, leaving only Robert to survive into adulthood. Lincoln's national prominence grew following his participation in the debates with Senator Stephen A. Douglas during the Illinois Senate race of 1858. These debates, known as the Lincoln-Douglas debates, were a series of 7 debates held across Illinois and focused on the issues of slavery and states' rights. Although Lincoln lost the Senate race to Douglas, his articulate arguments and moral stance against the expansion of slavery gained him national recognition and positioned him as a leading figure in the Republican Party. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln was elected as the 16th President of the United States. His election was met with immediate resistance from Southern states, which feared that his presidency would threaten the institution of slavery and disrupt their way of life. In response to Lincoln's election, several Southern states seceded from the Union, leading to the formation of the Confederate States of America. Lincoln's presidency began in the midst of rising tensions and the imminent threat of civil war. On April 12, 1861, Confederate forces fired upon Fort Sumter in South Carolina, marking the beginning of the Civil War. Lincoln's primary goal was to preserve the Union, and he faced immense challenges in managing a deeply divided nation and leading the Union Army. One of Lincoln's most significant acts as president was the issuance of the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863. This executive order declared that all enslaved people in Confederate-held territory were to be set free. While the proclamation did not immediately end slavery in the United States, it was a crucial step toward the abolition of slavery and added a moral dimension to the Union's war effort. The proclamation also allowed for the enlistment of African American soldiers into the Union Army, further bolstering the Union's forces. Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War was marked by strategic decisions, such as appointing General Ulysses S. Grant as the commander of the Union Army. Grant's effective military strategies and determination played a pivotal role in leading the Union to victory. Despite setbacks and high casualties, Lincoln's resolve and commitment to the Union never wavered. On November 19, 1863, Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address at the dedication of the Soldiers' National Cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The address, though brief, is one of the most celebrated speeches in American history. In just a few minutes, Lincoln reaffirmed the principles of human equality and democracy, emphasizing the importance of preserving the Union and the values for which it stood. The Gettysburg Address has since become a symbol of American ideals and the nation's commitment to freedom and equality. Lincoln's efforts to end the Civil War and promote national unity continued throughout his second term. In 1864, he was re-elected to the presidency, a testament to his leadership and the public's support for his vision of a united nation. During his second term, Lincoln worked diligently to secure the passage of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. The 13th Amendment, which was passed by Congress on January 31, 1865, abolished slavery throughout the United States. The amendment was ratified by the states later that year and marked a monumental step toward ending the institution of slavery in America. Lincoln's approach to Reconstruction, the process of reintegrating the Southern states into the Union, was characterized by a vision of reconciliation and healing. He sought to bring the Southern states back into the Union with minimal punishment and to rebuild the nation's fractured unity. His plan for Reconstruction aimed to foster national healing rather than seek retribution. On April 9, 1865, General Robert E. Lee, the commander of the Confederate Army, surrendered to General Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse, Virginia, effectively ending the Civil War. Lincoln's leadership had been instrumental in achieving this outcome, but he did not live to see the final stages of Reconstruction. Tragically, on April 14, 1865, just days after the end of the Civil War, Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, a Confederate sympathizer. Booth, a well-known actor and staunch supporter of the South, shot Lincoln while he was attending a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. The assassination was part of a broader conspiracy aimed at inciting chaos and derailing the Union victory. Lincoln's death shocked the nation and led to an outpouring of mourning from people across the country. Lincoln's funeral procession was one of the largest in American history, with thousands of mourners paying their respects as his body was transported from Washington, D.C. to his final resting place in Springfield, Illinois. His assassination marked a profound moment of national grief and loss, and his legacy as a leader who preserved the Union and abolished slavery became firmly established in American history. Abraham Lincoln is remembered as one of the greatest presidents in American history. His leadership during the Civil War, his commitment to ending slavery, and his vision for a united nation left an indelible mark on the United States. Lincoln's ability to navigate the complex and turbulent times of his presidency, coupled with his moral courage and dedication to democratic principles, has earned him a lasting place in the hearts and minds of Americans and people around the world. Lincoln's impact on American history is profound and enduring. His efforts to balance the principles of democracy with the demands of wartime leadership demonstrated his exceptional ability to guide a nation through its greatest crisis. Abraham Lincoln remains a symbol of perseverance, moral courage, and the enduring quest for a more perfect union. His legacy continues to inspire discussions about equality, democracy, and the principles of justice and freedom. Abraham Lincoln, the man who saved the Union and changed the course of history. Subscribe for more in-depth historical insights. Like the videos and leave a comment. Bye.